This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Aquarius Home Services has your shot at 4 tickets to see Green Bay take on the Purple in early January, plus $500 in game day cash. Register for your chance to win today on the KFAN contest page. That's KFAN.com/furnace to enter today.
Oh, here we be. It's program password. These tend to be I'm Common, Lil B, Max, and Julia Daniels at Care 11. It's Max and I, the Drip Brothers.
Yes, sir.
Getting drippy in there.
Yeah, it's getting a little drippy. What do we have for a score? It's Julia and Lil B against Max and I. What do we got?
The ladies, Lil B and Julia Daniels, lead 45-31 over the Drip Brothers.
Got some work to do.
As always, you can watch the second half of Program Password right now at KFAN.com/watch. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Let's play.
All right, should be Common and Julia should have the iPad. Please take a look at that.
Here we go.
The password is Ogre. All right, Common, you're down 14 points, so you have the option here. You want to go first or second?
I'll explain my gap afterwards. I'll go second.
Okay.
All right, JD and Lil B for 10.
Shrek. I can't think of what it's called.
And that was the name I was trying to think of. That's why I said it was me my gap.
I totally blanked.
Common and Max for 9.
Troll.
Ogre.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of it. I was like, it's the perfect
But see, that's why I was going to explain my gap. I knew it was Shrek, but I couldn't think of the name. I knew that was the clue to give was Shrek, but I could not think of
Meat sauce would have been
name.
acceptable.
I was going to say gnome, and I knew that wasn't right, and I couldn't pull the word.
Let's go.
I'm sorry.
Just like Shrek, that light is green right now because we go, baby.
By the way,
Oh, my God.
at KFAN.com, can you show the picture of Lil B and Julia together again? Because you can see Max's afro in the shadow right now. This is awesome. You can see the
That's so funny.
That is amazing.
I often used my shadow to pick my hair when I'm out and about. It's an ancient method.
You know
I
what?
learned it from the
It's an
ancestors.
ancient method.
Don't look now, but you'll see our shadow right behind
We're
you.
coming.
Here we go.
A froller eclipse.
Max and Lil B, take a look at the iPad, please. The password is poll. All right, Max, once again, you have a chance to take the lead here. You're down 5, and you have the option. Do you want to go first or second?
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, just talking to myself over here.
We're back.
Max, options on you. You're down 5 points. You want to go first or second? Yeah, just gave you like 5 extra seconds.
We're going to go first.
All right, Max and Common for 10.
Survey.
Questionnaire.
Lil B and JD for 9.
Stripper? Pole.
Yeah.
We're back. You asked me about a stripper? Okay.
How did I not think of stripper?
I thought that you probably did, but that he might not say that.
I don't know if I would.
Yeah.
No. I tried to go the other way,
dicey.
P-O-L-L.
Yeah.
I probably would have said Voo.
All right, 54-40, Lil B and Julia Daniels with the lead. They're 26 points away from a win. Common and Julia, take a look at the iPad. The password is shell. Common, it's back on you. You're down 14 points. Would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Sounds confident. Common and Max for 10.
Clam.
Chowder.
Julia and Lil B for 9.
Turtle. Shell.
How did I not say shell?
Chowder was a good answer.
I would have said chowder.
Chowder.
Yeah. Chowder.
Chowder.
Good clue. Good clue. Is it my turn?
We're off today.
No, they're just on.
No, it's okay. This is a good game. It's back and forth.
This is a great game,
Yeah,
guys.
it's so much fun.
Okay.
It's 63 to 40. Lil B and Julia, 17 points away from a win.
We got this.
Max and Lil B, take a look at the iPad. The password is gallery. All right, Max, 23-point deficit. You get the choice here. You want to go first or second?
We'll go first.
All right, Max and Common for 10.
Museum.
And he's frozen. Lil B and Julia for 9.
Photo.
Art.
Max and Common for 8.
Art.
Painting.
Lil B and Julia for 7.
Photos.
Gallery.
Oh, gallery.
I was like, I got it right after
That's a hard word. That's a hard word.
Hard stuff.
We've had that on initials before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, we had some kind of gallery or something.
Shooting gallery?
It was AG the first time I played, and it was art gallery. It was
Oh.
one of the.
Here's where we're at. Lil B and Julia, you are at 70 points. So if you get 10,
Let's
you
go.
are victorious. Common and Max, you're still at 40. You're still 40 away from a win.
We got
Well, I
him right.
guess we got to go first.
You're 4 consecutive 10s away from a win. Common and Julia, take a look at the iPad, please. The password is horn. Actually, given they need a 10-pointer, going first isn't a bad strategy here.
Okay.
I'll go first.
I don't think we help
Common and
them.
Max. Okay, they want to go for. All right, Common and Max for 10.
Honk.
Horn.
Yeah.
There we go. There we
That
go.
was a good one. That was a good
There we
one.
go.
I was thinking rhino for some reason.
Well, I was going to say
That
like
would work.
saxophone, but then I don't know if you might say instrument.
Yeah.
So,
Might say dizzy.
Yeah,
epilepsy,
dizzy, yeah.
Common and Max still alive. They are 30 points away from a win. They have 50. Lil B and Julia
Talk about
are
it.
10
Talk
points
about
away
it.
from a win. They have 70. Max and Lil B, take a look at the iPad. The password is station. All right, Max, you can make this interesting. You can make this a 10-point game. You're down 20. You got the option. You want to go first or second?
We'll go
5 seconds.
first.
All right, Max and Common for 10.
Radio.
frequency. Why would I say frequency? The word's not going to be frequency.
Lil B and Julia for 9.
Train.
Station.
Why didn't I think of train?
All right. They are 1 point shy of a win. Lil B and Julia Daniels are at 79. So any correct answer, they win.
Let's go.
Common and Max, you can still reel off 3 10s in a row here.
course we can.
And win this game. You're at 50.
Been there.
And the Earth could stop revolving around its axis, too.
Common and Julia, take a look at the iPad.
I'm so buns today.
The password is
That's a big O.
plow.
That's buns.
It's nice. It's like a PG way.
Yeah, buns. Big
I
O's
didn't-
always like,
didn't
oh,
even know
that's
that was a
buns.
word with the kids
Oh,
anymore.
God, all the time. That's buns.
I just know 6'7".
See, what does that even mean?
Nothing.
I
It
realize that
doesn't mean anything.
I've been trying to figure it out for days now.
All right, Common.
It means moms all around the world are drinking more.
You guys got the
can't
option
stand
the,
it.
the rest of the way. You're at 50 points. Do you want to go first or second?
Go ahead.
All right, Julia and Lil B for 10.
I can tell she's got it.
And the
She's
win.
got some clue.
Snow.
Flake.
Common and Max for 9.
Truck.
Plow.
Yes.
I didn't know what else to use.
I know.
Word.
There we go.
That's hard.
There we
Dang
go.
it.
That was a 2-word I had.
That was a good one to go second on, though, because I was like, the first one, there's no way to, like, really.
No.
No.
It's not over
Not
till
without
it's
Like
over.
snow or fields.
Yeah.
And
Or something greasy.
It's a 20-point game. Lil B and Julia with 79, Common and Max with 59. So they are 21 away from a win. Any correct answer by Lil B and Julia, they are victorious. Max and Lil B, iPad, please. The password is Scout. All right, Max, you can make this interesting here with the correct answer. You are down 20. You want to go first or second?
We'll go second.
All right, Lil B and Julia for 10 and the win.
Honor.
Guard.
Max and Common for 9.
Badge.
Courage.
Lil B and Julia for 8 and the win.
Boy.
Medal.
Max and Common for 7.
Girl.
Scout.
There we go. There we go. We heating up.
Heating up.
Woo. It's hot.
Is there a little moisture in there?
I'm
getting a little
It's
drippy.
a little drippy. Let me check the forecast.
I didn't get it from
Dripping
the...
coming in the next couple minutes. It says right here on the iPhone. Yeah. Here we go.
Lil B and Julia, still any correct answer,
Come
you
on,
win. You're at
let's
79
go.
points.
We can do
Common and Max, 14 points
Come on.
away from a win. You're at 66.
Talk about it.
Common and Julia, take a look at the iPad. The password is keep. All right, Common, you can make this a one-possession game. You're down 13. You have the option. Would you like to go first or second?
Second.
All right, Julia and Lil B for 10 and the win.
Finders.
Keepers.
One chance to change it.
Keep.
They win.
Yes!
What a great clue. That's such
That
a
was
good
amazing.
clue.
Great clue.
That was really good.
That might be the best
was
clue
like,
I've ever
how?
heard. in
That is a
program
great
past
clue.
because I did
Oh,
not
my
even
God.
think of that. And that's
Crunch
just
time, too.
slam
Yeah,
dunk.
clutch.
Well done. I don't know what else you could do. Sneak.
No.
Keep.
Yeah. Secret.
Keepsake.
Wow, well done.
That was
You're
great.
2-0.
Nice.
Wow.
Undefeated.
She could play.
We can catch you on
better than
TV
Marty?
all the time. Are you
Zip
like
it.
on
Yeah.
every single day? Like,
Except for Monday and Tuesday,
except
yeah.
for Monday and Tuesdays, you're on all the time on
Yep.
KARE 11. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
You're at Fox. What you're doing? Like a TV show with
It's like
two
it's
other
a streaming show.
right?
Yeah, 3 to 4:40 every day.
Okay, very good.
Every single day,
Every
Monday through
single-
Friday.
Yeah, okay.
Mexo.
We'll see you there. We'll see you both again. Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun. Little B, we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
We'll take a break, come back with more of the Common Man program right here on The Fan.
The Fan and 2 men in a junk truck want to give you a shot to win bonus bucks with our national cash contest. Just enter the keyword deposit at KFAN.com now for a shot at winning. That keyword is deposit. Enter it now at KFAN.com.
Fan.
Baby's crying, that's normal. But if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's okay to step away. Never shake a baby. Shaking can kill, and 1 in 4 don't survive. Survivors often face permanent brain damage. Learn more and give today at nevershakemn.com.
Couple 13, 14 past. I'm Common. He's 10 to be. I'm about to talk about something very controversial.
That's interesting.
I'm going to ask you a personal question.
Okay.
Do you ever use your smartphone when you're going to the bathroom? Like sit down?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Like every time.
A new study published in PLOS One reveals that using smartphones while on the toilet significantly raises the risk of developing hemorrhoids. No! Conducted by researchers at the Massachusetts General Hospital. Can you imagine me given that study and they go, we've got a really important study for you. Oh, what am I going to study? You're going to study hemorrhoidal tissues. Conducted by researchers at Massachusetts General Hospital, the study surveyed 125 adults undergoing colonoscopy screenings about their bathroom habits, including smartphone use. According to CNN, 66% of participants reported using their phones in the bathroom, with 37% spending over 5 minutes on the toilet compared to just 7% of non-users. The study found that those who use smartphones on the toilet had a 46% higher risk of hemorrhoids. Dr. Tricia Pashricha, the study's senior author, explained that prolonged sitting on an open toilet can increase pressure on the rectal area, leading to hemorrhoids. Genevieve, you say you do it often. Do you suffer from the pain and itching and swelling of hemorrhoidal tissues?
That's a little more personal.
Yeah.
But no, not to this point.
Like if you have a hemorrhoid that is like the size of a bread box, it's really bad. How would you like to get on that? How would you like to get on that exercise bicycle, Mr. Cole? Well, I'd really rather not. I guess I'm guilty. I mean, I don't think I ever.
I don't feel like I go longer on the toilet because of the phone.
No. Yeah.
But, you're just sitting there, you're bored.
But, the pants, breasts. You just said but.
If I can't do the phone, what's my number 2 option?
I wish I had more tickets for flops, but you are witty. Maybe you should join us.
I tried the fun guy line earlier, and just no one heard it.
Yeah, that one
did not go well.
It didn't go over real well. But, so scrolling on the toilet is not good for you. You can develop hemorrhoidal tissues, so try to keep away from that. I had a couple of these other...
But, like if you didn't have a phone, there were still other ways to entertain yourself. Like, pre-phone, you'd sit there with like a magazine or something.
Yeah, that's true.
So what's the difference?
Yeah, I guess there isn't any difference. I guess some people just go in to do their business. They get in, they get out, and they don't do that. But I wonder what percentage of those people just didn't want to say they actually scroll through their phone while they're using the toilet.
Everyone's on their phone, are they not?
Well, I bet some people aren't.
Okay.
I bet some people don't.
I'm just guessing that's the minority.
I would think it's the minority as well, because they said it was 66%. Now, here's another story I saw before we get back to a little sports. This is in Texas. Chipotle uses zipline drone delivery to fly orders to customers. Have you ever heard of such a thing like this?
No, I always figured that was going to be the future.
If you look up at the sky in Texas and see what could be a flying burrito, you remember the Flying Burrito Brothers? That was the name of a band back in the 70s, I think. You may not be imagining things. Chipotle launched an autonomous aerial delivery service for digital orders in the Dallas area. Through a partnership with Zipline, a drone delivery and logistics provider, Chipotle is introducing Zipotle. New delivery service for its customers. With Zipotle, small aircrafts called Zips can deliver digital orders directly to customers' homes in just a few minutes. Initially, just a small number of customers will be able to experience Zipotle, according to Chipotle, which said it would expand the service in the coming weeks. The burrito chain is touting Zipotle as a superior delivery service that helps customers get their food faster so that it stays fresh. Everything on Chipotle's menu is available for drone delivery in the Dallas area. Orders for Zipotle delivery need to be placed through the Zipline app available through the Apple and Android stores. Here's how it works. Once a customer places an order, a Chipotle worker then packs it and places it at a zipping point where a zip drone picks up the order and delivers it to the customer. When the autonomous aircraft arrives at a customer's home, it hovers about 300 feet in the air while lowering and gently, has it in quotes, placing the order on the ground. Chipotle said the first location to offer Zipotle delivery is 3109 Lakeview Parkway in Rolette, a suburb in the eastern part of Dallas. Kurt Garner, president and chief strategy and technology officer at Chipotle, said Chipotle is a quick and convenient source of delivery that lets guests enjoy our real food from places that are traditionally challenging to serve, including backyards and public parks. With Zipline, you tap a button and minutes later, food magically appears, hot, fresh, and ultra fast. This is the Zipline guy now talking. What once felt like science fiction is soon to become a totally normal. Now, it answered a question that I had immediately. For now, each autonomous aircraft can carry orders up to 5.5 pounds in weight. That will increase to 8 pounds later on.
It doesn't sound like a lot.
Well, no, but even 5.5 pounds of food. I mean, what does one of those burritos weigh? You know, if you get a big old burrito, is that a pound or not quite? Maybe 3/4 of a pound? I don't know. Yeah, you don't want to have too much because it'll be a crash landing, for crying out loud. But when I first read it, I thought it sounded great. But this is better than DoorDash, really. Well, what's the other one? They have DoorDash and Grubhub, what they call it. I think they got 2, 3, 4, 5 different delivery services.
A Chipotle burrito can weigh between 13 and 27 ounces, but the average is closer to 16 and 21 ounces.
Okay. So you could do a couple of burritos, a bag of chips with guac, drop it down in your backyard. I kind of like the idea.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, I think I really like that because...
Then you don't have to tip, do you? I'm assuming you have to pay more.
You might have to pay more.
To get the Chipotle. Part
of the problem is it seems like it. I mean, like if you do DoorDash, I've only in my entire life I've done DoorDash one time, and I think it was might have been during the pandemic. I had to get something to eat. I was at home. I didn't want to leave the house. But the problem with going to get takeout and coming home, or even DoorDash, usually when it gets there, it's kind of lukewarm. And then some food just doesn't microwave well. Like if you take like a Culver's burger, a deluxe. Now you don't like the yucky stuff, so this wouldn't apply to you. But if it's got lettuce, mayo, pickles, onions, ketchup, and you put that in the microwave, it just isn't like when it's fresh off the grill. This at least seems like there's no traffic lights for DoorDash. You know, DoorDash, you got traffic. You got traffic lights. You know, if the Culver's is like in Woodbury, the Culver's is a good 10, 12-minute drive from my place. By the time DoorDash guy gets there, and DoorDash guy's probably doing several drops even before he gets to your house, right? Could be. You might not be first on the list. Drone, hook it up, put it up, goes in the air, flies, boom, drops it down. I like it that way.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's good. Maybe it'll come to the Twin Cities.
My fear is like someone who wants to be a bad person.
Shoot it down.
Well, not shoot it down, but just like is going to follow it wherever and then going to pick it up before like the homeowner, whoever gets out and gets a chance to get it. You're going to be like stalking it so you can get your free food.
Well, yeah, but doesn't that also apply to, I've seen it at Panera, Chipotle, any of these places. You call in your order and they put it like in a bookshelf.
Yeah.
And I've heard where people will come in knowing that happens and they just grab them because they're so busy back there. Nobody's watching. They're
not confirming you're the person that's there to grab it.
So you just say, well, I need lunch. I'll just sit outside Chipotle for a few minutes and I'll wait for lunchtime and then I'll just walk in and grab it. Now, you might not get what you want because you're just grabbing the first one you see. But, once you've had one burrito, you've had them all. I like tacos. Don't you think that's some information I'd like to know? We'll take a break. One more segment to go here on the Common Man program on the Fan.
Wild fans, this one's for you. All day today, send us your all-time Dream Wild line using the TalkBack feature on the iHeartRadio app. Legends, current stars, we want to hear it. Enter now and you can win tickets to tomorrow's home opener against the Blue Jackets. Get the full details now at KFAN.com. Keyword contest. Also, join KFAN's Meat Sauce at Fleet Farm in Hastings tomorrow for their Oktoberfest celebration. Join us from noon to 2 from the opening of Toyland, yard games, and more. Get the full details now at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
You could also see Meat Sauce tomorrow night, along with the Common Man and Larry Mondello guy. We are taking the petty theft tour, just a couple of pickpockets. Meat Sauce, Common, Larry Mondello guy. We will be in New London Spicer area, Spicer to be exact, at Little Crow Country Club, and Max is on the green, and it'll be fun. Get ready to laugh your face off. We'll see you there tomorrow night. Doors open at 4:30, and the first joke will be told at about 7:30. Tennessee, we broached this topic earlier, and now the NFL has initiated a review of the concussion protocol used in the evaluation of Giants rookie QB Jackson Dart's second half of last night's win over Philadelphia. The league announced today the review will be conducted jointly with the NFL Players Association. For those of you who are not familiar with what happened, cameras caught Coach Brian Daboll poking his head into the blue injury tent on the sideline when Dart was being checked for a concussion on Thursday night. Dart grabbed his head after taking a hit while being sacked by Patrick Johnson and falling into another Eagles linebacker late in the third quarter. Daboll was impatient about the time it was taking to clear Dart, saying he just wanted him out there if he was okay. Former starter Russ Wilson, who was benched 4 games into the season, entered the game and threw incomplete on his only pass attempt. Here's what Daboll said. I apologize directly to our team physician. He was acknowledging that he should not have been, he was wrong, right?
Yeah.
We were getting ready to go for it on a potential 4th down. I could have burned a timeout if he could have come out there. I was asking how long it was going to take. You want your guy out there, not at risk of anything else. Daboll, on a video call with reporters today, again tried to explain he was wondering how long it would take. He said the Giants would abide by all those rules for concussion evaluation. He pointed out owner John Mara is on the NFL's competition committee and that health and safety is important to the organization from top down. He said, I just stuck my head in to see how our quarterback was doing. In no way would I want a player to come back out there that wasn't ready to play. I have great respect for the process. Meanwhile, the league's chief medical officer, Dr. Alan Sills, told reporters attending a pregame tour of MetLife Stadium medical facilities that there were specific rules about who could be in the tent during a concussion evaluation, namely the player, a team physician, an independent specialist, and potentially a team athletic trainer. That'd be an awful crowded blue tent. It looks pretty small. I mean, it's like a phone booth for crying out loud. Sills said never more than those people. Never any coaches in there, never any other players in there, never anybody else in there. Giants rookie Cam Scatabo also poked his head into the tent, joking he was making sure that Jackson wasn't hurting anybody in the injury tent. Scatabo said, I knew going over there I needed to calm down a little bit because I knew he was going to be on fire. When I was in there, he was a little fired up, but we know we have to go through protocol and do all that stuff to make sure we can get back on the field. I went in there and kind of, we're good, man. We've got you. And that's it. Story goes on to say it's at least the 3rd time, counting preseason, that Dart has missed some amount of time during a game because of a concussion evaluation, and he said he's tired of interruptions. Dart said, it felt so long. A few guys popped in. I was just trying to get back there on the field. I understand they have protocol and whatnot. I was just trying to get out there fast. So it says here, and I didn't realize this, it's the 3rd time counting preseason he's undergone a concussion evaluation. Now, that doesn't say, I don't know how many of those were positive. It doesn't sound like they were. I'm sure they would have mentioned that in the show and said, or in the story would have said, it was he tested positive for concussion and sat out. It doesn't say that, but maybe he did, I just don't know. But that's 3 times he's been evaluated for it. And I've often wondered, Tim.
It's kind of weird.
I've often wondered if, how on the up and up those are.
Yep.
I mean, but like I said when we talked about it earlier, there have been times where key players have gone into that tent, and I thought, there's no way they're keeping them out of the game. This game's too important. It's playoffs, in playoff football. And yet, guy comes out, he goes back to the locker room, he doesn't play the rest of the game. So I think they probably followed the letter of the law, but I don't know how you evaluate the concussion. I mean, what do you do? Like, do you hold up one finger and then the guy follows your finger back and forth? I mean, can you pass it and still maybe have had a concussion? I would hope that the medical personnel that are doing the concussion protocol, the testing, aren't thinking, got to get this game. I would hope they're not doing that. But
They shouldn't, but you're assuming everyone has the same morals as you. You're
Right.
also assuming, right?
Well, that's why I said I hope. I don't know.
Yep. Let's face it. I'm not accusing Brian Dable of any wrongdoing here because
Right.
he might have just been, hey, I just want to know how much time there is.
Right.
But he is also a guy that's been on the hot seat a little bit. He's been there for a while. They haven't won a whole lot in recent years, and he's getting to the point where he's on his last one, right? And whoever his training staff is might also know, man, if we keep losing here, we're all going to lose our jobs. So unfortunately, when there's money involved and jobs involved, people can make decisions like that, and it's unfortunate. And frankly, the blue tent to begin with, like the blue tent has not been existing for the last 40, 50 years.
Correct.
This has happened since basically all the concussion stuff came down. Mostly so that, hey, if we want to, right, because the NFL's in deep trouble if they do allow somebody who had a concussion to go back on the field and there were clear signs on the bench. You know, back in the day, we'd be able to see on camera the trainer talking to the quarterback and, you know, look at his eyes. Why are you allowing him back on the field? There's negligence there. Whereas now you put them in the blue tent and they can kind of hide some of that stuff and don't have to be as transparent.
Well, back in the olden days when they didn't even understand, when they didn't even understand concussions I think they knew, but they didn't know how serious
Correct.
they can be, that it was just called getting your bell rung. Oh, you got his bell rung, get back his smelling salts. You do a little of those and you go right back out there on the field. And then we talked about the idea that there are some players that might just say, I don't care, I want to play. I'm willing to take that risk. And I guess that can be dicey because if you really want to go back out and play, you know, should you be allowed to go back out and play? I think you need to protect guys because in sports, particularly like your boxing and your hockey and your football they're very they're violent, they're physical, right? You can get your bell rung any play.
You're encouraged to play through pain in all those sports.
Exactly. And so it's all of a sudden it's like and oftentimes I think the player wants to. He wants to. These guys play because they're competitive and they think we're warriors and I got to play. And
you're going to play for your teammates.
I'm all right. Don't worry about me. I'll be okay. But so they're going to initiate.
Goes back to Bud Grant. The best ability is your availability.
That's correct. And so
the fact that he's now been checked 3 times and it's his rookie year, that's a little concerning.
Yeah, that's getting, and
he's a rookie quarterback. Like, you don't want to, not only for his life perspective, but you don't want to derail his career either.
Yeah, he seems to be, I described his performance last week as brilliant, and I got a lot of pushback, and I guess it wasn't brilliant. It was, but he was pretty good last night. The numbers were awful nice, I mean, they weren't, 25 for 30 for 300 plus yards. But I think, I don't think he threw any interceptions. What were his numbers? I glanced at them. They were 200 plus yards. I think he threw, I don't know. Like I say, I don't think he threw 30. I think he probably threw.
Well, Cam Scadaboo, another rookie running back, had a big game last night. He ran for 3 tutties.
Okay.
But balanced offense, and they put up,
Yeah. What were his numbers for
trying to get to it right now.
Jackson Dart?
It looks like, he was something like 17 to 25 for 195 yards and a tutty.
That's good numbers.
Well, his rating was 104.58.
Yeah. It's good quarterbacking.
And he ran for 58 yards and a touchdown as well, which is a quality he has.
Those would be nice. I'd take those for J.J. McCarthy every week. I wouldn't mind seeing numbers like that. Right?
Sure.
He had one really good quarter. He hasn't done that. Text message says, concussion evaluation done by independent neurologists, not paid by or have any affiliation with the individual teams. That is correct, but there are other people in the tent too, and I don't know if any of them can be persuasive. There's an athletic trainer and another guy from the team. So, yes, they have an independent.
That's the thing. When you put a blue tent over them, then you kind of lose some of your transparency. So then whether they're founded or not, the conspiracies will start coming.
That is correct. That is correct. And so, anyway. Okay. Vikings off. Trail the Kitties by 1 game. in the NFC North.
It's an interesting NFC North week because I think two of the teams are going to be underdogs in their matchup, both the Lions and Chicago playing on the road against quality teams.
Detroit's, they've looked offensively, they've looked awfully good these last 4 games. They've been piling up points. Their offense seems to be picking up from where it was last year. Defensively, they've got some injuries in the secondary. I know Mahomes in Kansas City, they're 2-3, and, maybe they're not as good as they have been over the past 10 years. Earlier when did they win like 2 out of 3 Super Bowls? It was like 2 in a 3-year period, I think it was. 2 in a 4-year, whatever it was. When they were really dominant, when they were just having their way with everybody, they might not be top to bottom as good as that, but I still... That's a team to be reckoned with. I'm not. I know.
I wouldn't take them lightly.
No, I would not. And so you go in there. My guess is they'll pick on those that Detroit secondary, and I think Detroit, at least the way it's looking right now, is they're going to have to win games like they did last year. They led the league in scoring. I think they averaged almost somewhere between 30 and 35 points a game, and they were giving up 30 points a game. They won. Their record in 1-score games last year was remarkable. And they were just outscoring the other team. It was almost like when they played, whoever had the ball last was going to win the game. And so you're right. I mean, let's say for argument's sake, Kansas City wins the game. Detroit falls to 4-2. The Vikings are right there. And that goes back to that discussion we had where, and I appreciate the text messengers, and it seems like there are many that have already kind of given up on the season. They look at the team and go, I think what they see is with the way the offensive line is, and even though some of these guys are going to come back, but they look at the offensive line and they look at we're having trouble against the run, and they've already got, because I've seen the text, and I'm not sure how many Viking fans out there feel this way, but they're like, we're not winning the big, and you know what? They're probably not winning the big game this year, so they say, well, we're not winning the big game, so I just want to see what we have in McCarthy. And you can make that argument. I understand it, because you do want to see what you have, but then you have to look at it. As much as, the fans are important to the national, without fans, there is no National Football League. I just figured that out just now. But those players and those organizations think differently. If you're 3-2 in one game out of first place, you're not thinking, well, we can't win, so let's just go ahead and play.
Also, things can change so quickly in the NFL.
We saw Philadelphia. They're now 4-2.
Yep.
They were 4-0, looking like the best team in the National Football League, and now they've lost 2 games in a row.
If the Vikings get healthy on the offensive line, and coming out of the bye against the Philadelphia Eagles, have a convincing 34-13 win, everyone listening right now like, whoa, we got a shot this year. We got a chance.
That's correct.
Right? It changes in an instant.
Yeah, that's and with Philadelphia now again. Mark Craig writes for Fish Writer. He's an NFL writer, Fish Factory West Side. He wrote. He had something where he said, new rule. If you have a performance like Wentz did in the final drive, you shouldn't lose your job. You get to keep playing. And for the most part, all things being equal, I tend to lean that way. Unless, like we said yesterday, if it's Patrick Mahomes who's hurt for 3 or 4 weeks, and even if his backup Gardner Minshew is playing really well, sorry, you go back to Pat Mahomes. J.J. McCarthy might get to Patrick Mahomes' rarefied air someday, but I don't think that's happening soon. So that's a different story. And if Wentz plays well, I would continue to play him. I wouldn't, and I guess at that point I'd have kind of a quick, like if he's awful against Philadelphia,
yeah,
and then
you can make the move.
Then I say, okay, let's go ahead and go back. If you say if they come out and they win and it's a really good game for the Vikings, they win the game and Wentz looks really good. I just think you're not. I just don't feel like you. I don't know if kowtow is the right word, but you put all your eggs in one. Is that another cliche I'm trying to use? Eggs in one bag. That you say, well, no, but it's all about J.J. McCarthy because he's going to be our quarterback of the future. There's 52 other guys on the club, right? And there's the organization and everybody. So it's like, well, no, it's like. Sometimes it's like, kid, you're going to get your chance, but Carson's got something going here right now, and we're now 4-2, and we're tied for first place.
And we don't know if he's going to be the quarterback of the future.
No,
they drafted him to be the quarterback of the future. Right? Like the difference between the conversation you had with Mahomes and J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy's not earned his spot.
No,
he was given the spot, and he might earn it eventually. He might earn it in a week from now, but there is no guarantee he's the quarterback of the future. I liked him to be. I liked him coming out of Michigan. I liked the way he performed in the fourth quarter at Chicago in week 1. But he still has to earn it. In the NFL, you have to earn it on a weekly basis. You're not just given things.
Here's a controversial text message. The Jackson Dart numbers would be celebrated if J.J. McCarthy had the performance. Yes. Can the same be said if Wentz put those numbers up?
Ooh.
If it led to a victory, I think so.
If you're beating Philadelphia 34-17, yes, I do think he would.
I think because, again, it sounds like Dart took care of the ball, too. There were no ins in that, right? I don't think he threw an in. I don't think he fumbled. Ran for some yardage, too. I think it would, because I think right now anything you get out of Wentz is kind of gravy, right? Because, as we discussed, he wasn't on a roster until late in preseason where we said, Sam Howell's got nothing. He's got about as much as Thurston Howell III. And they went off and signed him off the streets. So to get any kind of performance like that, as a matter of fact, I have to admit, even though he hasn't been brilliant, to lead the team to a 2-1 record, I'm like, remember when Deuce was surprised when the Gophers were getting a lot of first downs? I'm surprised that Wentz has played, because I just thought he was done.
I'd like to see it a little bit against better competition. But the way he did it in Cleveland with that offensive line, and you're missing one half of your running back tandem, that was pretty impressive.
This text message coming back at you on your theory about earning it by saying you need opportunity in order to earn it.
Sure,
which is true. He had an opportunity for 2 weeks and it was awful.
But not starting against Philadelphia will not eliminate his opportunity.
That's exactly right. Especially when he was, and I'm not saying after 2 games write him off, but he was so bad in those first 2 games. It's like, well, we gave you an opportunity there and you were pretty bad except for that one quarter. I have to admit, Tenneby, I now have no clue for for the longest time I thought they would go with Wentz. As of yesterday, I thought, no, if McCarthy's ready, if he's ready against Philadelphia, he's playing. And now I'm
sticking with Carson.
And there are those that you've brought this up, and I think this is possible as well. Boy, you might want to let that ankle heal a little bit more. What are you at, 98%? We'd sure like to have you at 90, at 100, Or
even if it is healthy, well, we haven't got enough practice time for him.
Exactly, because you're kind of hedging your bet a little bit too, which I don't mind as well. So
I think they start Carson and then they see how it goes.
Yeah.
And then you proceed from there.
Yeah. And
he plays well, you stay with him. If he doesn't play well, you go to JJ.
Then you go to JJ. And then if JJ doesn't go well, you go to it's Bros time. Brosmer. It's Max.
Brosmer's a baller.
Yeah, he's a baller. Well, that was a fast-paced, action-packed, controversial program. I really enjoyed it. 10 of people doing a lot of hockey this weekend, I'm assuming, right?
A lot of youth hockey, yes.
A lot of youth hockey.
Youth hockey and park and rec soccer. That's my weekend.
Beautiful. Mine is a little golf. And get ready to laugh your face off. See you up at Max's on the Green in Spicer tomorrow night. Doors at 4:30, show at 7:30. Larry Mandela Guy MCs. Sauce and I will be your feature and headliner. Hope to see you then. We're back Monday at 12 noon, but stick around. Big Ticket, JG. They're next, right here on The Fan. Enjoy your weekend.
Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. And good night, Minnesota. And good night, folks. And good night, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are.
Well done, young man.
Listen back to any of Common Man's programs by podcasting on the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.